New radio in the Door County Daily News here at the Kewaunee County Fair, and we are joined by Jakayla Steinhorst, who just showed a couple of different beef steers here today as the beef show is going on just outside. And Jakayla, tell us a little bit about your two animals.
Yeah, so I actually showed 5 animals here today. I had two younger heifer calves, and then this one here was a reserve champion steer. This one took 3rd in his class, and that following one was a reserve champion commercial heifer.
Now, I'm always curious, especially as you show more and more animals. We talked to Evie, this year's junior fair is the fair. I guess you can say your replacement, about how she showed 31 rabbits, which is a crazy amount. How do you make the time to make sure that you work with all your animals evenly and get them ready for the Kewaunee County Fair?
Yeah, it's so important to make sure that you have like a work-life balance, you know, like people say, but you have to focus on your work, life, and animal balance when you kind of have a family farm and that kind of whole background. So for me, I go to work, and then no matter how late it is at night, I will go work with my steers and everything. So some nights I don't come home until 11 o'clock at night because it's something that has to get done in order for it to become a successful fair for me.
And you know, you've been showing at the fair now for a number of years. What's kind of the thing that keeps on driving you to keep on coming back and improving each and every year?
Yeah, so one of my biggest passions is agriculture. So kind of just being around like the younger people and explaining to them like why it's important, like with my steers and everything, is so fun to me. Like I find so much joy in doing that kind of stuff. But I think it's also the idea of teaching people where their food comes from. If I take a heifer or a steer from my family farm and I bring it here, I'm selling it in the auction in the end. Although that's not the end goal, that is usually what ends up happening, where I do sell it in the auction. But that's an easy way to teach people, like, this is literally what you're going to be eating. Like, kind of just like a little simple farm-to-table setup in a way.
Now, speaking of, you know, that passion for agriculture, you actually have a really cool opportunity coming up through the FFA. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So that was last week? No, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, okay.
I went to Pennsylvania, Philadelphia to be exact, for a national FFA conference, and that one was based off of agriculture education. So basically finding my little person and reasoning as to why I have to push and educate people on why agriculture is so important and how agriculture is what feeds people. And so it's not something that's just going to disappear, and you have to work for it to make sure you have that in your future.
And then final question before we let you go, as your steer here, your reserve champion trying to swat at you. What's your favorite thing about the Kewaunee County Fair? You keep on coming back. You obviously represented at about the highest level with the junior fairs. What keeps you coming back?
I think my favorite thing every year is when I get to connect with all of these people and meet like new people, make old connections, find those people that are kind of similar to me, because that's also who's going to help to build our future.
Well, Jakayla, thank you so much for talking about your 5 animals that you've shown here today, and good luck the rest of the fair.
Thank you.
You've been watching New Radio in the Door County Daily News.